The Leviton 6696. A remote control switch is a battery-powered switch that does not require a 120 volts alternating current connection. It operates on 2CR2032 batteries, which are included. Therefore, the Leviton 6696 would be a suitable option for a gas fireplace with a remote switch. It can be installed without the need for a 120 volts power source. Here are the basic steps for installation. Firstly, turn off all power to the fireplace. Secondly, remove the existing remote control switch. Thirdly, connect the wires from the fireplace to the appropriate terminals on the Leviton 6696 switch. Fourthly, secure the switch in place. Fifthly, install the batteries. Finally, pair the remote control with the switch by following the manufacturer's instructions. If a permanent remote-controlled switch that does not require batteries is preferred, other options are available. One option is a hardwired remote switch. This type of switch is wired directly to the fireplace and uses a 120 volts alternating current power source. It provides a more permanent solution but typically requires professional installation. Another option is a wireless radio frequency, or RF, remote switch. This switch uses radio frequency technology to transmit signals to the receiver connected to the fireplace. It offers wireless control without the need for batteries or wiring. For ease of installation and cost effectiveness, the Leviton 6696 remote control switch can be a good choice. However, if a permanent or wireless solution is desired, the other options may be considered. When selecting a remote control switch for a gas fireplace, several factors should be considered to ensure compatibility, safety, and ease of use. Firstly, voltage and current requirements are important. Verify that the switch is compatible with the voltage and current requirements of the gas fireplace. Most gas fireplaces operate on low voltage, typically 24 volts alternating current, but it's essential to confirm the specific requirements of the fireplace model. Secondly, consider the wiring configuration. Determine the wiring configuration of the existing switch in the gas fireplace. Ensure that the remote control switch is compatible with the existing wiring setup. Some switches may require additional wiring or modifications to the fireplace. Thirdly, consider the remote control functionality. Evaluate the features and functionality of the remote control. Look for features such as on or off control, adjustable flame height, and timer settings. Some remote controls may also offer additional features such as temperature control and programmable schedules. Fourthly, think about the safety features. Look for switches that incorporate safety features such as automatic shut-off in case of malfunction or power outage. These features can help prevent accidents and ensure safe operation of the gas fireplace. Fifthly, there is ease of installation. Assess the ease of installation of the remote control switch. Some switches are designed for easy do-it-yourself installation, while others may require professional installation. Consider the level of experience and comfort with electrical wiring and installation before attempting to install the switch. Sixthly, consider the compatibility and certification. Ensure that the remote control switch is compatible with the gas fireplace model and is certified by a reputable testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories, or Canadian Standards Association, or CSA. Certification ensures that the switch meets safety standards and performance requirements. Seventh, consider the range and signal strength. Evaluate the range and signal strength of the remote control. Ensure that the remote control can effectively control the gas fireplace from a reasonable distance without experiencing interference or signal loss. 8. Consider the power source. Determine the power source for the remote control switch. Some switches operate on batteries, while others are hardwired to a 120 volts alternating current power source. Consider the convenience and cost of replacing batteries versus the complexity of wiring the switch to a power source. 9. Consider the aesthetics. Choose a remote control switch that complements the decor of the room and the style of the gas fireplace. Look for switches that are available in a variety of finishes and designs to match the existing hardware and fixtures. Finally, read reviews and ratings. Research and read reviews and ratings from other customers who have purchased and used the remote control switch. This can provide valuable insights into the performance, reliability, and overall satisfaction with the switch. By considering these factors, one can select a remote control switch for a gas fireplace that meets the needs and provides convenient and safe operation. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines and regulations for the safe installation and operation of electrical systems and equipment, including remote control switches for gas fireplaces. Firstly, NEC Article 725 covers remote control, signaling, and power-limited circuits. This article provides requirements for the installation of remote control circuits, including those used for controlling gas fireplaces. It specifies requirements for wiring methods, overcurrent protection, and grounding to ensure safe operation. Secondly, NEC Article 410 addresses lighting fixtures, lamp holders, and lamps. While gas fireplaces may not be directly covered under this article, it provides guidance on the installation of lighting components that may be associated with the fireplace, such as accent lights or decorative lighting. Thirdly, NEC Article 300 covers general requirements for wiring methods and materials. This article provides requirements for the installation of electrical wiring, including the type of wiring methods permitted, the support and protection of wiring, and the grounding of electrical systems. Fourthly, NEC Article 110 addresses requirements for electrical safety. This article provides general requirements for the installation, operation, and maintenance of electrical equipment to ensure safety and prevent electrical hazards. It covers topics such as working clearances, guarding of live parts, and proper grounding techniques. Fifthly, NEC Article 680 covers swimming pools, fountains, and similar installations. While gas fireplaces are not directly covered under this article, it provides guidance on the installation of electrical equipment near water, which may be relevant if the fireplace is located near a wet area or outdoor setting. The NEC provides requirements for grounding and bonding to minimize the risk of electric shock in these areas. Sixthly, local amendments and regulations may apply. In addition to the NEC, local jurisdictions may have their own amendments and regulations that apply to the installation of electrical systems and equipment, including remote control switches for gas fireplaces. It's essential to check with local building officials or electrical inspectors to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. It is important to note that the NEC is a comprehensive set of standards that should be interpreted and applied by qualified electrical professionals. When installing a remote control switch for a gas fireplace, it's recommended to consult with a licensed electrician to ensure that the installation complies with all applicable codes and regulations and is performed safely and correctly. There are several potential safety concerns associated with remote control switches for gas fireplaces that should be taken into consideration to prevent accidents and ensure safe operation. Firstly, electrical shock is a concern. Improper installation or wiring of the remote control switch can create a risk of electrical shock, especially if the switch is not properly grounded or if there are exposed live wires. It's essential to follow all electrical codes and safety guidelines during installation and to ensure that the switch is properly grounded. Secondly, there is a risk of fire. Overloading the electrical circuit or using a remote control switch that is not rated for the load of the gas fireplace can create a risk of fire. It's important to choose a switch that is properly rated for the fireplace and to avoid overloading the circuit by plugging in too many devices. Thirdly, there is a gas leak hazard. Tampering with the gas line or connections while installing the remote control switch can create a risk of gas leaks, which can lead to explosions or carbon monoxide poisoning. It's essential to turn off the gas supply before working on the fireplace and to use proper gas fitting techniques to ensure a tight seal. Fourthly, there can be a risk of overheating. Continuous use of the remote control switch or the gas fireplace can cause components to overheat, which can lead to malfunctions or fires. It's important to allow the fireplace to cool down periodically and to avoid using the switch for extended periods of time. Fifthly, there can be a malfunction causing unintended operation. A malfunctioning remote control switch can cause the gas fireplace to turn on or off unexpectedly, which can be disruptive or even dangerous. It's important to regularly inspect the switch for signs of damage or malfunction and to replace it if necessary. Sixthly, there can be a risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Gas fireplaces produce carbon monoxide as a byproduct of combustion, and a malfunctioning remote control switch can interfere with the proper ventilation of the fireplace, leading to a buildup of carbon monoxide in the home. It's essential to have a carbon monoxide detector installed near the fireplace and to ensure that the fireplace is properly ventilated. Seventh, there can be a risk of burns. The surface of the gas fireplace can become hot during operation, and a malfunctioning remote control switch can cause the fireplace to remain on even after it's supposed to turn off, leading to risk of burns. It's important to exercise caution when operating the fireplace and to keep flammable materials away from the surface. 8. There can be a battery hazard. Remote control switches that operate on batteries can pose a safety hazard if the batteries are not properly installed or maintained. Leaking batteries can damage the switch and create a risk of chemical burns. It's important to use the correct type of batteries and to replace them regularly. 9th, there can be interference with other devices. Remote control switches that operate on radio frequencies can interfere with other electronic devices in the home, such as garage door openers or wireless routers. It's important to choose a switch that operates on a different frequency or to take steps to minimize interference. To minimize these safety concerns, it's important to follow all installation instructions and safety guidelines provided by the manufacturer, to have the switch installed by a qualified electrician, and to regularly inspect the switch for signs of damage or malfunction. Additionally, it's essential to have a carbon monoxide detector installed in the home and to ensure that the gas fireplace is properly ventilated. The choice between a battery-powered remote control switch and a hardwired remote control switch for a gas fireplace depends on several factors, including convenience, cost, installation requirements, and personal preferences. Firstly, battery-powered remote control switches offer convenience and ease of installation. They do not require any hard wiring to a power source, making them easier to install for do-it-yourselfers. Battery-powered switches are also more portable and can be used in locations where there is no access to electrical wiring. Secondly, battery-powered switches typically have lower upfront costs compared to hardwired switches. The cost of the switch itself is generally lower, and there are no additional costs associated with hiring an electrician to install wiring. Thirdly, battery-powered switches are suitable for temporary or occasional use. They are a good option for homeowners who only use their gas fireplace occasionally or who want the flexibility to move the switch to different locations. Fourthly, battery-powered switches require periodic battery replacement. Depending on the frequency of use and the type of batteries used, the batteries in the switch may need to be replaced every few months or years. This can be an ongoing cost and inconvenience for homeowners. Fifthly, battery-powered switches may have limited functionality. Some battery-powered switches may only offer basic on or off control, while others may have limited features such as adjustable flame height or timer settings. Now, let's look at hardwired remote control switches. Firstly, hardwired switches offer a more permanent and reliable solution. They are wired directly to a power source, eliminating the need for batteries and ensuring a consistent power supply. Secondly, hardwired switches typically have a longer lifespan compared to battery-powered switches. Since they are not reliant on batteries, they are less prone to malfunctions or failures due to battery issues. Thirdly, hardwired switches can offer advanced features and functionality. Some hardwired switches may offer advanced features such as adjustable flame height, timer settings, temperature control, and programmable schedules. Fourthly, hardwired switches require professional installation. Wiring the switch to a power source can be complex and requires knowledge of electrical wiring and safety codes. It's recommended to hire a qualified electrician to install the switch to ensure safety and compliance. Fifthly, hardwired switches have higher upfront costs. The cost of the switch itself may be higher, and there are additional costs associated with hiring an electrician to install the wiring. Sixthly, hardwired switches are less portable and cannot be easily moved to different locations. They are typically installed in a fixed location near the gas fireplace and cannot be easily relocated. In summary, battery-powered remote control switches offer convenience and ease of installation but require periodic battery replacement and may have limited functionality. Hardwired remote control switches offer a more permanent and reliable solution but require professional installation and have higher upfront costs. The choice between the two depends on individual needs and preferences. Troubleshooting a remote control switch for a gas fireplace can involve a systematic approach to identify and resolve common issues. Firstly, check the batteries. If the remote control switch is battery-powered, ensure that the batteries are properly installed and have sufficient charge. Replace the batteries with new ones if they are old or depleted. Secondly, verify the power supply. If the remote control switch is hardwired, check the power supply to ensure that it is receiving power. Check the circuit breaker or fuse that supplies power to the switch and reset it if necessary. Thirdly, inspect the wiring connections. Check the wiring connections to the remote control switch and the gas fireplace to ensure that they are secure and properly connected. Look for loose wires, frayed insulation, or corroded terminals. Fourthly, test the remote control. Test the remote control to ensure that it is transmitting a signal. Point the remote control at the gas fireplace and press the on or off button. Listen for a clicking sound or watch for a light to illuminate in the fireplace, indicating that it is receiving the signal. Fifthly, check the receiver. The receiver is a component of the remote control system that receives the signal from the remote control and controls the gas fireplace. Check the receiver to ensure that it is properly connected and functioning. Look for loose wires, damaged components, or indicator lights that may be illuminated. Sixthly, reset the system. Some remote control systems have a reset button or procedure that can be used to reset the system and clear any errors or faults. Consult the manufacturer's instructions for how to reset the system. Seventh, check the gas supply. Ensure that the gas supply to the gas fireplace is turned on and that there is sufficient gas pressure. Check the gas valve and regulator to ensure that they are functioning properly. Eighth, inspect the pilot light. Check the pilot light on the gas fireplace to ensure that it is lit and functioning properly. If the pilot light is out, follow the manufacturer's instructions for relighting it. Ninth, check the thermocouple. The thermocouple is a safety device that senses the presence of the pilot light flame and allows the gas valve to open. Check the thermocouple to ensure that it is properly positioned and functioning. 10th, test the gas valve. The gas valve is the component that controls the flow of gas to the gas fireplace. Test the gas valve to ensure that it is opening and closing properly. Listen for a clicky sound when the remote control is used to turn the fireplace on or off. 11th, inspect the venting system. Check the venting system of the gas fireplace to ensure that it is properly installed and free from obstructions. A blocked or obstructed venting system can cause the fireplace to malfunction and can pose a safety hazard. 12th, consult the manufacturer's instructions. Consult the manufacturer's instructions for the remote control switch and the gas fireplace for specific troubleshooting tips and procedures. The instructions may provide detailed information on how to diagnose and resolve common issues. If after following these troubleshooting steps, the remote control switch for the gas fireplace is still not functioning properly, it may be necessary to consult with a qualified technician or electrician for further assistance.